Hello, and welcome, my friends, to the next video in the Create Better Content series where I show you how to tap into your creativity so that you can stay consistent with your marketing and reach more customers. My name is Penny, and I'm going to guide you through this content development process. I want to teach you how to create engaging content for sales pages, email sequences, all of those things that you use to reach your qualified customers. And if you want to learn more about creativity and how this can help you develop your content marketing plans, I would love to see you hit that button below and subscribe to this channel. And below in the description box, there are several links. One of the links that you will see is for the Content Prompt Playbook. This, my friends, is a free download for you. It is going to give you the steps to teach you how to talk to ChatGPT so that it gets what you need for your marketing messages. And another link that you're going to see down there is so that you can join us in the Marketing Strategy Collective program. You hear me talk about my group program with the amazing entrepreneurs that join me every single month for our monthly Zoom calls. And we work together to develop remarkable content and do it in a supportive group online space. So you see the links below. You know what to do to learn more. Okay, let's jump into today's video. Today's episode. Let's talk about something that I see constantly. And if I'm honest here, something that most business owners, I will include myself into that category, have done at some point. You're posting consistently, you're showing up, you're so excited, you're creating content, and yet, where's the clicks? Where's the action? Where are the sales? Maybe you make one or two here or there, but it's a little inconsistent, or it's slow, or it's disconnected from all of this effort. So you're thinking to yourself, why am I doing all this work if it's not making me any money? So let's break this down today in the episode. I want to talk about why content alone and just posting does not create sales. Because you can actually get trapped in something called a productivity loop. So let's go through this today in today's episode. Because this is where I really want to make a very, very important point. Your content marketing activity is not the same thing as making progress in your business. And I get it. When you're posting and you're creating content and making videos and doing this and doing all of that, it feels productive. And you're crossing things off your list and you get it posted. And then somebody likes it or somebody comments or you see the impressions that people are seeing it. It feels like movement, right? But my friends, movement and momentum in your business are not the same thing. So let's start here. Yes, your content matters. I am not anti-content. That is not me. I literally teach marketing. I talk about content all the time. But let me tell you, content alone is not a sales strategy. Because your content is the way that you communicate. A sales strategy is connected to decision making. And those are not the same things. You can communicate to your customers out there. You can educate them. You can inspire them, motivate them, entertain them. But that doesn't mean that you're helping them make a good buying decision to buy something from you. And I see this all the time because I'm online constantly. I see the great posts. I see all of the thoughtful insights and the music that's been added to the videos and the helpful tips that they give me on the carousel posts that I see on LinkedIn. And I get that, and I see it, and I can applaud you for showing up. But let's be clear about this. Those great posts, the music behind the videos, are you telling me what problem that you solve? Is it telling me what happens next? Or how somebody goes from Oh, I get what she's trying to tell me. This makes sense. To, where's that link? I need to buy it. I'm ready. Because content without direction creates awareness, creates connection, creates engagement, but does it create action? If it creates awareness, that's great. But awareness isn't going to pay your bills. So here's where things get a little weird, and why I believe we get caught up in this loop. Because posting gives you feedback. You get likes, you see views, you get engagement. And I got to tell you, that is called dopamine. And your brain loves that dopamine. And so you post again and again and again. But if nothing in your posting is pointing somewhere specific, you end up in what I call a false productivity loop. It feels like you're doing the work, but you're really not building towards a sale. You're reacting, not being intentional. And the danger here, it's not that I'm telling you that you're doing it wrong. It's that you start measuring success by your activity instead of the outcomes. So your measurement of success is like, what did I post today? How did it perform? Did people engage? And you believe that that is a level of success, because if people are seeing you, there's the awareness and people are engaging, they're going to click. But maybe the questions that you need to be asking yourself when you're posting is, did this help someone move closer to a decision? Or did this post connect to an offer? Or does this post support my goals? Because posting is not a goal. And I think sometimes that we tend to look at our marketing and how much did I show up this week? How much did I create this week? How much did I do this week? And that becomes the goal. And so the goal let me say this again. Let me say this completely again. The shift I want you to hear now is that being visible like that and posting consistently is not a direction. Visibility means people see you. Direction means people know where to go next. So you can still be visible and showing up, but your messages are not clear. You can still be consistent in showing up every day, but they're still disconnected from any sales that you make. So when we think about direction, we think about what our customers are already asking. What is this product for? Who's a good fit for this service? What happens if I keep following this person? What would working with them actually look like? So when selling happens, when our content points to something specific, even if that destination isn't always just a buy here now button. So that brings me to something really, really important. Every post should support a decision that your customer makes. Not a purchase, a decision. And that decision could be, I'm going to click here and get on your email list. That decision could be, they see themselves in the problem. Maybe they're reading a storytelling post that you did. A decision could be looking at things in a different way. A decision could be actually clicking that buy here button because that timing is right for them. So if your content isn't supporting any kind of decision like that, it's just online noise. So let's talk about action steps. Let's talk about what we can do to move past this just posting, this, the whole, this loop thing. It's like, let's move past it, the false productivity loop. Let's see what we can do about moving through this and get to a point where we're actually being intentional with our marketing. So what does move people to buy? It's not more posting. Let me just say that right up front. And not being louder and not pressuring people more. More sales come when your content is connected to your offers. More sales come when your offers are connected to the buyer decisions. And I'm talking about things that are specific to like the customer buyer journey, where people have different milestones and things that they do as they're making their decision. They research, they make sure that this is the person that they want to buy from. They make sure that the product is, they look at reviews. They, all of the things that we do along the way to make a decision. That's when your content is connected to a buyer decision, right? Because sales don't happen just because you show up. They happen because you designed a path forward. And let's talk about these paths that I'm referring to. And this is where we can talk about specific action steps. So our content can create clarity that turns into a conversation. That conversation could get somebody to click a button and to hop on a Discover call with you to learn more. That conversation could talk with somebody, another person that's in a group program of yours, so that they can see what it's like. The conversation could be somebody who's already purchased that product, that they could give you a testimonial. That's what I'm talking about. It moves people with that conversation. So another path that you could look at is when your content builds trust. Let's say you do workshops, and that's the way that you launch a program, or you show up every single month and do a workshop. Those workshops that you're doing create trust. And so then that path becomes the content in your workbook, your workshop, the trust that happens, which then allows you to make that offer at the end, because now you have developed the trust through the workshop. So when you do make the offer at the end to sell something, it's an easier sell, because at this point you have worked yourself up into that place where they trust you and that you know what you're doing. All right, let's talk about another path, another intentional path. It's email. I don't know why everybody always wants to talk about social media all the time. I really believe that the majority of us would do best by spending more time focusing on building our email list and communicating with people in our email list than just putting information out there on social media. That's just my personal opinion. So if we talk about a path, that content in your email, the content in the email, everything from emails that you're sending every week to your list, emails that when somebody downloads something for free, that they get an email sequence. Those emails, the content in that email gives them information, gives them the opportunity to make a decision about your products or your services or whatever you're selling, and then it leads to a link to purchase it. So that content, like an email sequence, it moves somebody from introducing you to learning how to trust you, to understanding your products and services, to making that purchase. That content is designed, and there's a path. So you can see how people can move forward. Because when there's no path, there's when people don't buy. And it's not because they're not interested, but because they just don't know where to go. That's why selling isn't about, buy here, buy now, click here, click now. It's about understanding how to connect with your customers through your content. And this is where I want to talk about this. We've been talking a lot about sales this month, because that's what we're focusing on in the Marketing Strategy Collective. We're focusing on content with intent. And we're going to be doing this all month long. So check back in and see to listen to the rest of the videos as we talk through this. But I really want you to understand that when your content has intent like this, your content has a job. And it's content that's not just trying to do everything and be everything and show up for everybody. It's content that's supporting your selling. And it's content that's supporting it in a way that's bringing people to you instead of you chasing them. So you don't need to turn every single post into a sales pitch. But what you do need to do is you do need to stop treating posting as if It's the end goal. And this is the thing that we're measuring our success about. I would ask you to start paying attention to your content this week. Look through what you're posting. Look through what you posted last week and ask yourself one simple question. The content in this post, is this helping someone decide to work with me or to buy my product? That question alone can change everything about the way that you start to create content that makes more sales. So thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode's giving you ideas to start learning new skills for your marketing, I would love it if you would hit that like button. And then do me a favor, hit the share button and share this with another business owner. And if you want more step-by-step process to review your marketing, we are doing that in this month's Marketing Strategy Collective Workbook. It's packed with tools and prompts and all of that stuff to help you develop your sales strategy. So come join us inside the Marketing Strategy Collective. You get your monthly strategy workbooks. You get the monthly Zoom meeting where we support you to grow your business, and you can stop working in a solo bubble. You see the link below. You know what to do to learn more, because you are magnificent, my friend. And let me be the first to say, I'm proud of you. Until next time.